I never wanted to cover all the Resident Evil games, namely because many of them are fucking garbage and not worth mentioning. But after reviewing both Resident Evil Survivor 1 and 2, I just had to at least check out a few others. So eventually, we'll cover Resident Evil 1, 2, 3, Outbreak, and Outbreak File 2.
You like it?
I decided, however, the best one to start out with is the original game, especially since it was re-released on PC thanks to GOG.com. So let's get into it and begin complaining about old games not holding up, let alone were never good to begin with. I mean, why else are you even here? This is what you guys want. You only watch the negative stuff.
I wouldn't have it any other way.
Resident Evil 1 was developed and published by Capcom in the year 1996, originally for PlayStation 1. Then a PC port was released that same year in Japan, but North America and PAL region had to wait until 1997. The PC port eventually became abandonware and didn't work on modern hardware.
Ooh, that's bad.
For years, people had to find ways to play it with fan patches, virtual machines, and actual old computers. Thankfully, one day in 2024, it was announced that GOG would be working with Capcom to bring the original Resident Evil Trilogy back with support on modern hardware and some quality of life improvements.
That's good.
I, for one, fell for this announcement and pre-ordered, thinking it was going to be the best versions of all three games. Yet what I got was a mixed bag and a lesson in trust in GOG, who are apparently infamous for stealing fan patches and then reselling old games with them without proper credit, and even then, not all the games they sell will work on modern computers.
That's bad.
Can I go now?
So when it comes to this re-release, they didn't do anything to improve this game. They never added any content. It's missing several things from later releases, and it costs a whopping $10 fucking dollars, or $25 for all three games.
Scams make me so horny.
But hey, enough shitting on the game. For now, what about the plot of Resident Evil 1? You know, for the 5 people in the world who don't know jack fucking shit about the series that's been running into the ground so bad it doesn't even know what it is anymore, much like Call of Duty.
Based.
So the plot goes as followed. Zombies eat people. Nobody believes in zombies. Bravo team of the STARS program of the Raccoon Police Department goes to investigate, but are never heard from again. Then Alpha team goes in and quickly fucks around and finds out.
Hey! Come here!
Now, the remaining members of Alpha Team must find out what's going on at the mansion, hoping to find anyone from Bravo Team still alive. You can play as either Jill Valentine or Chris Redfield, but you'll always want to play as Jill, trust me. I'll explain more later on. For now, however, we gotta talk the combat. Starting off with the controls.
Oh, my favorite.
Use the left analog stick or D-pad to move, and holding down the X button on your controller, or square if you're not using an Xbox or third-party controller. This will let you run. You then press not R1 to aim your gun. Nope, instead use R2. Yeah, for some reason it's backwards, and it threw me off quite often.
Gotcha, bitch!
Yeah, boy.
You interact with things with the A or X button, and then press Y or triangle to open your inventory. That's basically it too. So hopefully that'll help you understand the basics and ensure you don't die as often.
Thank you.
Given the tank controls are here, that also means fixed camera angles. You gotta love good old tank controls and fixed camera angles. It is what will make a survival horror game or not. If you're not used to this concept, just remember this. No matter where the camera shifts, you keep pushing forward to move forward. Eventually things will come naturally. and you won't struggle anymore. And hey, at least Resident Evil 1 does let you play around for a bit before your first zombie encounter.
Fuck it.
Just remember this as well. Use your eyes to see threats, and listen carefully as well. Not all enemies make sounds so obviously, at least in this version. But you should be able to tell if there's something around the corner or not. So, be sure to always
Stay alert.
Thankfully, this port does feature the lock-on system. Some were saying it doesn't, let alone it didn't launch with it, but it's here in the current build on GOG. Thank God too, I couldn't imagine trying to play one of these old school Resident Evil games without it. It is a necessity if you're to ever complete these games. You'll utilize various firearms as both characters, with each getting one unique one. Chris will get a flamethrower that's entirely useless and must be used for a puzzle to even advance into the game, so fuck that thing.
Fuck it!
As Jill, you'll get the bazooka, as it's called, which is just a grenade launcher, very useful against bosses or hunters. The knife is the worst, as to be expected in every Resident Evil game ever. The handgun is about as useful as the knife, if just slightly more so. The shotgun is great when it works, but at times it can take 4 or 5 shots to down a single zombie for some reason. I never use the revolver, given it's powerful, but lacks ammo rarely found in-game, and if you play the PC port, you'll get the infinite ammo machine gun for that character once you've completed their scenario. So Jill has an Uzi, and Chris gets the good old LMG. When you down an enemy, always be sure to never walk by them unless you can spot the blood puddle. Now this can be difficult in certain locations and camera angles, so if you're unsure, just double tap the motherfuckers. Trust me, you don't want to get grabbed. Even with the handgun, you could still blast zombies apart, just more so with the shotgun and rocket launcher or grenade launcher even. This is always fun to see, low polygon 1990s gore at its finest. It'll never get old, blasting bioorganic weapons apart. It's a zombie game, so you gotta have some zombies, right?
Damn right.
So, you'll find them everywhere. As the most common threat, they'll shamble at you with their arms raised. Just missing the brains mode, and it will be complete. They'll go down fast if you got the right weapon, or they're easy to avoid in certain areas if there's enough space to run past them, but that's a huge risk you'd be willing to be taken, as there's only 3 or 4 attacks before you can be killed as Jill, and probably 5 or 6 as Chris, as they have varying health. So, it might be best to actually just use up your ammo to deal with them.
Surprise, motherfucker!
Break yourself, fool!
There's only like 3 variants of the model. You got the green shirt zombie you'll first encounter, then there's a white shirt, and a naked. Yes, butt naked zombies gone wild in the lab section where they'll keep respawning every time you re-enter the area. At least that kept happening to me.
That's right, folks. Now you too can get wild with zombies. For just $19.99, you can see zombies whipping it out like there's no tomorrow. Watch rotting sausages spin around, right around like a record player. The perfect holiday gift for grandma this Christmas. You'll never be able to forget it. Order now and get a hickey tape as a bonus. Order now.
What the fuck is going on?
Of course, outside of traditional zombies, we got dogs and crows that move fast and are hard to hit and can easily swarm you if you're not careful. Hell, this game is infamous for the iconic dog hallway after all.
Oh, Christ!
Thankfully, they're not that much of a threat if you can keep your distance and know where they are at all times. Plus, if there's only one dog, it's nothing, but once multiple show up, it becomes hell. Crows, on the other hand, even if you got the machine gun, they'll still get to you. Just don't piss them off. They have lifelong grudges and will tell other crows about you. Seriously, look up crows. They are something else. And in Resident Evil, it ain't no different.
I hate birds. You done fucked up now!
Run, bitch, run!
The worst enemy in Resident Evil 1 has and always will be the hunters, even in the remake. Especially the remake. Hell, I'd rather deal with the Crimson Heads in the remake. These fuckers are fast and can leap behind you to attack you from behind before you can even react. They also have an instant kill leap attack, and once they pounce, it's over. You can't just dodge them either. Give a majority of areas are cramped hallways or tiny ass rooms. Thankfully, they're only around during the return to the mansion portion of the game and the underground area. After that, they're gone. Thank fucking God.
Break yourself, fool!
No, but seriously, fuck these stupid frog lizard things. I just hate them. And thank God for that infinite ammo machine gun that makes all encounters with them redundant. If you haven't gotten it yet, enjoy instant death around every corner and the lack of ammo. Fuck hunters.
That's what I was going to say.
Oi, Croaky, mate. There'd be too many giant ass spiders up in here.
I never want to hear that shit again.
Yeah, Aussie stereotypes aside, can someone call G-Man Lives and tell him to take his giant-ass spiders back to Australia, where they belong? Not everyone else wants to experience Starship Troopers in their own homes on the daily. Thankfully, there's only a handful of these buggers scattered throughout the whole game, and even larger ones being a boss, which goes down like nothing with the machine gun. The problem is, once they die, they'll explode with babies running everywhere. You can shoot them or walk over them, but they'll still attack. Oh, and if a spider bites you, it can poison you. Please note, there's only a small amount of blue herbs, so if you get poisons and don't have any,
This is the deadest I ever seen.
I have to warn you, if you're not a fan of snakes, this game may not be for you. It features several, mostly small ones in the courtyard and underground, but otherwise, you ever see the movie Anaconda? Yeah, imagine something like that, but as a mutated zombie creature that can swallow you whole, let alone infect you with its deadly venom. So please skip ahead a bit to avoid the snack, if you know like snack. I told you. Thankfully it's not hard to fight the yawn. All you need to do is keep your distance and blast it enough. It'll then retreat for the first fight, revealing a crest needed to unlock the courtyard shed. But it'll return for one last round once you come back from the guardhouse. This time it's still easy, just blast it and it will turn into mush. Who wants Texas barbecue? There's such a large variety of B.O.Ws in Resident Evil 1. Hell, it wouldn't be a video game without a shitty water section after all. Now, you too can experience Jaws 5. The Neptune is a bioorganic weapon shark, and it has two babies with it. They escaped their holding tank and flooded the entire guardhouse basement. These guys are not easy to deal with, and it's best to run for it. Even though the water slows you down, there's a control room you need to unlock to be able to drain all the water. Then the sharks are fucking flopping around like a magic carp, no longer a threat. In the remake, this section is more fleshed out, but here, it's just fine. Plant 42 is a pain, as it never flinches. It just keeps attacking, never showing signs of damage with normal bullets. I wasn't sure I even hit the damn thing at first, but it goes down rather easily. You just need to use the flamethrower rounds, or flamethrower, if you don't have the grenade launcher as Chris. Though it can come back anyways, and if it does, Barry will save you if you're playing as Jill.
What the hell is this? Barry! Jill!
But if you're playing as Chris, you just get caught because Chris is mentally retarded and thought just walking up to it was a good idea instead of shooting it. Yep. And this is where I always quit. Fuck Chris, he sucks. Go back to humping boulders and getting friend zoned by Jill.
Why are we still here? Just to suffer?
Oh, and if you thought the hunters were annoying, well, there's another version of them called chimeras. These fucking bastards are all over the power room in the lab, plus out in the halls later on. They're just like hunters, as they're fast. Yet, they also host traits of spiders, as they'll leap onto the ceiling and try to attack you from above too. By God, you're mixing spiders and hunters into one B.O.W. Fuck you!
Fuck you! I ain't having that shit!
The last B.O.W. is the main boss, simply called Tyrant. Yeah, I know, clever.
That's what I was going to say.
The first form is easy as hell. He'll just walk towards you, just keep your distance and shoot until he drops dead. Then the finale has you fighting a mutated version as he just breaks through the lab ceiling onto the heliport. Now he's swinging his claw like a pimp with his backhand to a hoe. He also sprints at you, meaning even the machine gun ain't going to work that well here, so fuck it. Ass blast him with the rocket launcher.
Break yourself, fool!
Of course, you can't just carry everything with you.
Oh, but why?
Because this is a survival horror experience, you have a limited inventory of 8 for Jill and 6 for Chris. Yeah, only a measly 6 spaces for the future boulder humper, and it will be used up quick. This means you can't just pick up everything you see. You can't solve puzzles or unlock doors if you have no space for key items and for keys to unlock said doors. So get used to constantly pausing the game to mess with your inventory, let alone go to an item box.
Oh, shit!
The item box is located in almost every area that features a typewriter to save your game. These are universal and will teleport your items to every item box throughout the game, so you can store anything in here to retrieve later on without having to backtrack all the way to that item box that you put it into. It can hold dozens of items and will be necessary if you wish to stay stocked up on healing items like herbs and first aid sprays, or to hold extra ammo for you when you don't need it, let alone key items for puzzles. When playing as Jill, it's not much of a chore to deal with your inventory because you have 8 spaces, which is plenty. So much so, even Yoko Suzuki in Outbreak is the easiest character to play as with her 8 spaces as well. But when you choose to torture yourself, playing as Chris will net you tons more management and backtracking. Honestly, fuck Chris.
True. Yep, yeah, that's true.
When the game first launched, I remember you didn't need ink ribbons to save. In fact, I don't remember them even appearing in game at all. You just save whenever you wanted without consequences. But after installing some patches, it turns out they must have added them back in. So yeah, if you want to save, you'll need to use an ink ribbon. These are the rarest thing in the game next to revolver ammo. So be sure to not abuse saving, otherwise it's not going to end well for you. Plus, you can't save that much, otherwise you won't get a good score. At least in later games, where it'll play into unlocking new stuff.
Intriguing.
I haven't covered the puzzles yet, have I? Well, might as well get into them too, since we've already making this probably one of my largest reviews yet.
Oh, for God's sake!
You have several different types of puzzles in Resident Evil, ranging from simple locked doors that need a certain key to unlock them, such as helmet, sword, armor, and shield, or a simple lock will need a small key for Chris or for Jill to use her lockpick. After all, she is...
Jill, here's a lockpick. It might be handy if you, the master of unlocking, take it with you.
Thanks. Maybe I'll need it.
No shit.
There's statues that need pushing and jewels to collect and insert into things, like the tiger statue for a crest, an eventual revolver. But the worst offenders of puzzles is easily pushing various things like crates. Jesus fucking Christ, I hate the fucking crates. Whether it's the ones needed to get to Neptune, or the ones needed to crawl into a vent into a morgue so you can get a Modisk password. All while trying to not trigger the gas as you push 2 crates and a stepping ladder around. Fuck this puzzle, it literally took me 7 minutes to get done, and a few tries. One small mistake, and you have to start all over again. God, I fucking hate this shit! Ah!
Code blue.
Maybe you need to drain a fish tank so you can push it aside, to then push a cabinet so you can get some grenade launcher ammo. Yep, that's all there was for it. You did all that just for a little bit of grenade launcher ammo. Or maybe you need to figure out the G-Volt puzzle.
Fuck that!
Or maybe you need to use a lighter to light a fireplace, revealing a map to the 2nd floor of the Spencer Mansion, lighting candles so you can see in a dark room to find more supplies. Puzzles range from simple to frustrating to convoluted trash. In fact, I consider Resident Evil 1 to be one of the worst offenders in Resident Evil history for puzzles. At least till Resident Evil 2 Shipmake came out. Oh god, They literally dumbed down and removed so much from the shit make. Oh my god, what a shitty ass remake. Oh god, it was the beginning of the end for everything, I swear. There has never been a good fucking video game remake since Resident Evil 1 remake, I fucking swear.
Oh, not so good, huh? Not so good.
Now on to the locations. You got the Spencer Mansion you'll spend a lot of your time at, which isn't designed like a normal house, so if you look at it realistically, it's one of the worst pieces of architecture history. But for gameplay's sake, it works. Well, to some extent. I do wish there was a connection to both east and west wings besides the main hall. Thankfully, Remake would fix this by adding in more ways around. But all in all, I do like the mansion, especially in other games like The Sims, Skyrim, or my personal mod for Fallout 4, where you can play Resident Evil 1.
Oh my god, who the hell cares?
The guardhouse can suck it. Absolutely hate this section. It's easily the worst part and always will be. Its layout, enemies, puzzles, and pacing are atrocious. What else can I say other than
Fuck it!
Underground is full of snakes, hunters, and boulders that want to dominate Chris before he dominates them. It's also home to the annoying crank puzzles, which take forever to finish. You can't skip it either. It's not a video, it's real time. God, I hate this section, but at least it's pretty short and straightforward.
Jesus Christ! Finally!
In comparison to other Resident Evil games in their respective laboratories, Resident Evil 1 has the least offensive one. Very small, simple, and not full of too much frustration, outside of the crates, chimeras, respawning naked zombies, and the computer puzzle. The music is nice here, the sound effects giving off the eerie feeling of nothing else is alive but you. It's not so bad. Resident Evil 2 is definitely worse with the backtracking and multiple floors though.
Go with the dollar, homie thinks he's Binky from Arthur. Okay, you're banned. Thanks for the dollar, Dono.
At least when it comes to the atmosphere, this game really nails that claustrophobic tension. Everywhere you go, there's music playing, let alone you'll hear the creatures in the woods, waiting to ambush you, breaking into the mansion, or leaping over the fencing into the courtyard. This game really makes you feel alone, tense, and always on alert. No other game in Resident Evil history besides the remake can nail this feeling.
Okay.
All of this is experienced in two scenarios you play in this game, Jill and Chris, each with their own shortcomings. With Jill, she has the easiest scenario. You get more inventory space and better weapons. Plus, you have Barry there to save you majority of the time, depending on various factors. Because, you know why? He's Barry motherfucking Burton.
I found something.
What is it?
It's a weapon. Better take it with you.
But how about you, Barry?
I have this.
Barry Burton.
There's plenty of supplies, and you'll use a lockpick on simple locks instead of needing individual keys akin to Chris, which take up inventory space. If you get bit by the young, Barry will save you through a cutscene, but if Chris is bit, you must control Rebecca and run through the entire mansion on a timer to save Chris.
It's awful.
As Jill, Barry will help you in fighting Plant 42, but as Chris, he must do it on his own. In fact, Rebecca is entirely useless, and you must protect her at several moments throughout the entire game. Yeah, he sucks, and I don't like playing as him in both remake and the original in general. Every time I get to the V-Jolt puzzle, let alone having to save Rebecca from the hunters again and 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 again, I just rage quit. Chris is the worst playable character in Resident Evil history alongside Jim from Outbreak.
Just fucking, you know?
Still though, I do like how Resident Evil 1 did come with varying events and outcomes based on your choices and actions. You even have different endings, albeit the same really, just someone doesn't make it, or the mansion doesn't blow up, or the tyrant will actually end up escaping. Stuff like that. To get the best ending, you gotta save your partner throughout the whole game by making the right choices along the way. This way Barry will not get killed, or Rebecca even. But you also need the modiscs to get passwords from them at each of the 3 machines scattered around the lab. Then you use these to unlock the security door to the holding cell. But you can't just free them after this, you'll need to unlock it by defeating the tyrant the first time and triggering the self-destruct system.
What happened to Wesker?
The triggering system has now been activated. All researchers and guards should take cover
Wesker must have set it off. There's not much time left for us.
After that, you can run back to the holding cell and free your second partner. This being whoever you didn't play as, so if you're playing as Chris, you'll save Jill and vice versa. Still, for the time, it was ambitious for this, and later games would include the zapping system or QuickTime event choices in Resident Evil 2 and 3. Then there's Outbreak File 1 and 2, which would also have varying outcomes based on different events. Too bad later games would scrap this entirely, because Capcom would devolve into Crapcom.
Amen.
The PC port is terrible. There's no support for any real graphics or resolution. Not to mention it doesn't include any quality of life improvements. It's the bitch basic original game with a bitch basic PC port. The only good thing is you can unlock infinite ammo machine gun for both characters when you beat the respective scenarios. But at that point, why would I replay the game? There's nothing new to see. There's no replay value, unlike later Resident Evil games, namely 2 and 3, or even the first and only good remake.
That's what I was going to say.
So, anything from the director's cut, exclusive to PlayStation 1, is not here. You will not get any additional content or modes. But hey, at least they included the full colored, uncensored intro, right? That's good, right? Right?
No!
But hey, at least when it comes to the music, it's good. It's not the garbage director's cut DualShock version, so no Charlie Brown parents having an orgy in the basement. So yes, the original music is here, and in its crunchy, low quality glory, and it's great. But one more thing we need to address is the cheesy, bad voice acting. By God, is this top tier alongside Dynasty Warriors 3.
A dyke? Oh no!
You can't take anything seriously in this game, not even when you get betrayed by Wesker and Barry. It's just too stupid.
Wesker?
You did a fine job, Barry.
Just as I thought.
I think you should stay away from Barry, Jill. I hear that his wife and 2 daughters will be in danger if he doesn't do everything I tell him to.
You are so cruel.
Well, you don't have to worry about anything, because you'll be free from this world very soon, Jill.
Yeah, what also doesn't help is the music is a bit too loud for the voices to be heard clearly in a lot of these scenes. But whatever, you gotta love that 90s voice acting. Truly iconic and cannot ever be replicated. Just ask the House of the Dead 1 and 2 shitmakes.
He ain't lying.
At the end of the day, Resident Evil 1 for PC is an average game worth playing. It has some hiccups for a PC port. The price is a bit steep. There's not much content on offer.
Whoa!
Given we have access to the remake on PC for years now, plus you can always find a way to play the Director's Cut on PlayStation 1, hint hint. What's the appeal of this lackluster version of Resident Evil 1? There's no gallery, no options. You have to Google how to exit the game because it lacks any normal quit buttons. Oh, by the way, to quit these PC ports, you have to press F9 twice. Yeah, of all buttons. F9.
Wow.
I'd rather just deal with the lower end graphics and keep playing Director's Cut to get so much more content to play with. The arranged mode, new zombies, new items, new placement of puzzles and items and more. Or even stick to the remake. It's okay at best. If you just wanted to play the truly original version of Resident Evil 1, especially on PC, this is it. Anyways, that's it for this video. See you all later.